coming up on this edition of the Sports Desk. It's the McMahon Show as the Spartans try and take a win over El Segundo to get tops in the Pioneer League. Plus, it's the Torrance versus North football showdown. You don't want to miss the highlights. And the South Spartan girls volleyball team tries to take a win over Tesoro in the second round of the playoffs. And it wouldn't be Southern California without this sport. Check out the South Spartans. Sports Desk fans get fired up because it starts right now. Hello and welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Bonnie Prickitt. This week we are coming to you from the heart of the CitiCABLE operation, the production control room. This is where when we are in the studio, the highlights are pulled, the buttons are pushed, and we bring you the best from around the city. Let's go ahead and talk about a team that has brought you some of the city's best highlights this fall, the South Spartan football team. That's right, they are undefeated in the Pioneer League. And Josh Waybright's squad goes into the game against El Segundo knowing that if they pull this W, then they will pull the Pioneer League crown. Karen Bright, roll us in the highlights.
It was senior night at South High as the Spartans hosted the 6-3 El Segundo Eagles in the last game of the regular season. Already crowned Pioneer League champs and playoff berths secured, South still had an undefeated league record on the line. The Spartan offense in control from the start, but can't find the end zone in their first drive of the game and line up to attempt a field goal. Kevin Hayworth's kick is no good, but a flag on the play gives him another shot. Hayworth makes it happen this time, and it's 3-0 South for the only score of the first quarter.
It was weird, senior night, senior night, it didn't feel normal, kind of different. And then when we started playing them, they're a good team. They started hitting hard, and I was just like, this is going to be a tough game.
The second quarter is a senior showcase as quarterback Kevin McMahon unleashes his offense in the first play. Senior Ryan Doby with a 40-yard pickup, followed by senior Tyler Glandorf fighting up the middle, Spartan ball on the 5. The drive is finished off by Eric Capacchione, also a senior, punching it in for the touchdown. South goes up 6-0. The offense heads to the sidelines, but after a short Eagle possession, McMahon, 8 of 12 for 136 yards on the day, is back on the field. Tyler Glandorf streaks down the sideline and splits Eagle defenders for a first down. And the next play, Dylan Redondo follows. He hits the wall, stays on his feet, and then some for an 11-yard gain. Redondo had 83 yards on 9 carries for the day. Later in the quarter, McMahon again with the fake, hits senior Jezeron Wright for 28 yards, and South is back in scoring position. Redondo takes it in for 6, and Spartans go up 17-0. Quarterback Kevin McMahon's confidence and accuracy were a huge asset for the Spartans, but he refuses to take all the credit.
My old line, credit goes to them. They're the reason why the passes get off. 2 sacks this whole season, and that's big reason why I'm confident in the pocket. I know no one's going to get through to me, and I just deliver, make a good pass.
On the other side of the ball, the Spartan D also dominated. Senior Brent Malone leads the team with 12 sacks this season and adds another big one to force an Eagles punt. Malone coming off a career-high 5 sacks last week against the North Saxon. Back on the turf, McMahon shows composure under pressure and hits Cale Dester, who keeps it in bounds. That sets up another scoring opportunity to a wide-open Tyler Glandorf. South heads for halftime up 24-0, but with playoffs approaching, South isn't celebrating yet.
This week on North, we kind of were messing around, and that was bad. So we fixed that this week by not fooling around, because we thought the game was over last week, and they came up and we weren't focused. So coach warned us not to talk or anything, so we focused at this halftime.
In the third, the El Segundo offensive hadn't given up. Eagles backup quarterback freshman Daniel Zeman leads an impressive rally and starts the second half with a drive that puts El Segundo on the board with 3. But South's momentum is unstoppable, and their seniors are still on display. Dylan Redondo weaves around defenders, runs 36, looks like he's going to make it, but gets taken down at the 2. Eric Capacchione finishes the job on the next drive with his second touchdown of the day, and Tyler Glandorf follows with a second touchdown of his own. National champion Spartan cheerleaders pump up the crowd for the fourth quarter. In the fourth, junior Justin Concetti has 2 picks on Zeman, and South runs away with the game 38-3. What a difference a year makes. The Spartans, who went 6-4 last year, convert that to a 9-1 season, undefeated at 5-0 in the Pioneer League.
Proud of the seniors, because we were real young last year. They were all juniors, and they battled their butts off last year, and they worked hard this off season. And to come out for them to have this success, I'm just real proud of them.
Taking time to celebrate their accomplishments and 21 graduating seniors, the Spartans await their playoff matchup and anticipate what they're calling a deep run in the postseason. For the Sports Desk, I'm Karen Bright.
Thanks out to Karen Bright for that report. South trounces El Segundo 38-3. Kevin McMahon was great at quarterback, amassing a total of 136 yards. And another solid game from Dylan Redondo and Tyler Glandorf. Pretty much the whole squad on the offense and the defense. The South Spartans will host their first playoff game versus Santa Paula at home. We will, of course, have those highlights for you. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about more prep football. The Torrance Tartars took on the North Saxons for the last game of the season. The North Saxons have to win this game if they want to clinch the number 2 spot in the Pioneer League. And the Torrance Tartars, well, they want to win for pride. The Double Wing T has gotten them a few wins this season, but they're not looking good for the postseason. The North Saxons, they are led by Ryan McDaniel on the running attack, and their passing attack, you got Thompson and Brown. Keenan Singleton breaks down these highlights for you.
It's been a banner year for the North Torrance Saxons. Already a lock for the postseason, North had little to gain against rival Torrance in the regular season finale for both teams. The Saxons played like they had a point to make, however, and they'd make those points early and often. Already up 6-0 after a kickoff return TD on the game's first play, Ryan McDaniel scampers 42 yards for a score, the first of 4 for the senior back. The Saxons will push the lead to 14-0 after McDaniel runs in untouched for the 2-point conversion. Tyrone Taylor's 4-yard run would cap an 8-minute, 69-yard scoring drive for the Tartars, 14-7 early in the second. But let's get back to the McDaniel show, already in progress. A 31-yard touchdown run increased the Saxon lead to 2 scores, 21-7 North, with 8:44 to play in the first half. McDaniel on defense, apparently jealous of his offensive counterpart. McDaniel stripping the ball mid-tackle, and that would set up, but who else? McDaniel for the 5-yard touchdown run, 28-7 North. And after a full night of blocking for McDaniel, senior fullback Ben Brown gets to carry the rock for once, and he looks pretty good doing it, running 55 yards to cap the easy 41-21 win for the playoff-bound Saxon. Here with North coach Todd Croce at their 41-21 regular season-ending victory for the North Saxons. Coach, out of the gate, you guys kind of took it to them right off the bat with that kickoff return. Tell me what you saw right off the bat.
Yeah, they come out with that kickoff set all the time, and they get a good chance of recovering some, and we just were fortunate, it came right to us, and we practiced it all week, and finally it's nice to see something work when you work on it all week, so it was good to see the game start that way. Yeah, Ryan's our guy, and everybody knows that, and he ran the ball really hard and really well, and found the end zone quite a bit tonight. Yeah, we'll find out the pairings on Sunday and go from there. It's wide open at this point, so we'll see what kind of team we got coming at us, and our kids will be excited, and it'll be nice to be at home also.
They were moving slower than most teams, and then the cutback lanes were wide open, and we knew we could take advantage of that. This season, we got to go undefeated, plain and simple.
That's my job, blocking for them. So, and I love doing it. It's good, and I just got to give all the credit to my offensive line, because without them, we're nothing. The mindset was just basically get our team together for the playoffs. We wanted to come out with the win for the playoffs, so we can come out with a positive vibe, and I believe that's what we did.
North High School took care of business here Friday night at Torrance High School, riding a dominating performance to a 41-21 victory over the Torrance Charters. The Saxons now wait for Sunday morning to find out who their first-round opponent will be in the CIF playoffs. Here at Torrance High School, for the Sports Desk, I'm Keenan Singleton.
And North wins second place in the Pioneer League with this win over Torrance. Ryan McDaniel again showed a great future with 4 touchdowns and a fumble recovery. Ben Brown, you got it down with your 55-yard touchdown run. And Saxon's quarterback, Jonathan Garcia, had a total of 59 yards. For the Tartars, Tyrone Taylor had 2 touchdowns, and Quaco had a touchdown as well. And for the first-round playoff game, North will be hosting Santa Ynez. Let's now move on over to the Delray League, where Bishop Montgomery took St. Bernard to task, winning 65-28. Nolan Plummer had 36 carries, 309 yards, and 5 touchdowns, and he's now past a 2,000-yard mark for his career. Congratulations. And Blake also had a touchdown for Bishop Montgomery. Bishop Montgomery will host Templeton at home for their first-round playoff games. Check out the Sports Desk for highlights. Let's go ahead and move on over to the Bay League, where West finished on a positive note with a big win over Lusinger, 23-0. Barry Thomas is only a sophomore. He had 19 carries, 149 yards, and a touchdown. And on the defense, August Glover had a sack and 1 fumble recovery for the Warriors. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Pioneer League final standings. South Torrance, you won flat out, undefeated this year. Congratulations, 5-0, 9-1 overall. North Torrance, their only loss going out to South. They have a 7-3 overall record. Centennial out of Compton had a 3-2 record. And El Segundo, 2-3. Torrance, not last with a 1-4 record and 2-7 overall. And Lawndale rounds out the bottom of the list for the Pioneer League. Let's go ahead and take a look now at the Delray League final standings. First time since 1984 that they won outright. Bishop Montgomery on top of the Delray League. Congratulations. They have a 6-0 record and 9-1 overall. Second place goes to Canwell Sacred Heart. Third to Mary Star of the Sea, Bourbon Day, Don Bosco Tech, and St. Bernard at 1-5. And LaSalle, with no wins in league, bottoms out the Delray League final standings. Let's go and take a look at the Bay League final standings. Mira Costa undefeated as well, 5-0 in the Bay League. Palos Verdes is 9-1 overall. Redondo Union comes in third with a 3-2 record. And West Torrance comes in fourth in a difficult Bay League. Congratulations with your 2-3 record. You will have a great year next year since you got a lot of young talent. Peninsula and Lusinger round out the bottom of the Bay League standings. Coming up after the break, you don't want to miss the Pioneer League champions as they play in the second round of the CIF playoffs. Stick around.
And now, another adventure with Savings Man.
Look, honey, the neighbors just bought a big screen TV.
Hey, I just got a bonus at work. Maybe we should get one too.
Hold on there.
Savings Man.
Using your bonus to secure your future by paying down debt or saving is a better way to go.
Well, I declare you're right, Savings Man.
Stay ahead by choosing to save, and don't worry about keeping up with the Joneses.
But their name is Johnson.
For more tips and tools, visit choosetosave.org today.
I'm a big believer in the power of we. We can tackle the tough challenges we face and build community through service and volunteering. The reality is, we're all in this together. It's time for you to raise your hand. Go to serve.gov and get involved in something you believe in.
How will you raise your hand when they call your name?
Are you with me?
We weren't born to follow. Come on and get up off your knees. Let me hear you say yeah, yeah, oh yeah. Let me hear you say yeah, oh.
I'm Pete Carroll, and you're watching the Sports Desk.
Welcome back. Let's now talk about prep volleyball. The South Spartans are good. These reigning Pioneer League champs did it again this year. Congratulations. and they're looking to go deep into the playoffs. We have the highlights from their second round game against Tesoro. Phil Stafford was there and gives you the play-by-play.
On Thursday night, the Greenhouse of South Torrance welcomed the Tesoro Titans into the second round of the state championship tournament. For the Titans, it was a chance for a berth to the quarterfinals. But for the Spartans, playing at home in this tournament means so much more.
We want to win now. We want to do it for our seniors, and our gym is going to be repaired next year, and so we won't be able to play in here, and we want to be remembered in this gym well.
Girls came out fired up tonight. Sometimes we've had some issues with some intensity, but tonight they came out fired up. They wanted to play well and really dominated the first game.
And dominate they did behind co-captain Katie Exum. On this big rally, the Spartans showing their will never to concede a point, and Exum finishes it with the hard kill. She recorded 4 blocks and 10 kills on the night, as the Spartans offense coasted to a 25-13 win in the opening game. The second set, however, didn't go quite as planned. Midway through the second game, the Spartans found themselves down 20-15. On the brink of evening the match at a game apiece, they turned to the trusty hand of their junior, Desi Kaleva. Kaleva racked up 24 kills in the first round matchup against Norco, and she wasn't going to disappoint tonight against Tesoro.
I ended up picking up a lot of sets, and my team trusts me in that way, and hopefully it continues. But today it was really nice how our setters spread the ball around, and it was easier to play around that.
With help from Heather Miller and her overpowering serves and plethora of sets, Kaleva and the Spartans took the reins of the second game from there. Miller with the set to Kaleva for the smackdown. It's 20-all. Next point, yeah, you know who it's going to. This time, freshman Natasha Ducko to Kaleva. That's just plain filthy with the PH. The Spartans' run goes 10-0 to close out the game.
We try really hard to win every game, and that second game, just to go down in our own gym wasn't good with us. So we were working as hard as we could to make sure that they didn't get a single more point.
Moving to the third, the Titans start out with the Fury, and they go up by 5 in the early goings. Coach Cooch wasn't happy on the sidelines, and the Spartans call a timeout.
I'm an emotional person, and I ride the roller coaster with the girls. When we're playing well, I actually do like to crack a smile once in a while and cheer right along with them. But when we make mental mistakes or just lose our focus a little bit, I'm not afraid to let them know, and they know that. They're used to me by now.
Following the timeout, South finds outside hitter Danny Garcia for the spike down, and the Spartans pull within a point. But it's all for naught as Tesoro fights on to live another game. Carly Bates delivering the game-ending kill. 25-20, the visiting Titans take game 3. On to game 4, and it's tied up at 18 late in the set. Kaleva in the driver's seat for South to help pull away. Then it's up to the captains, Heather Miller and Katie Exum on defense. With the excellent block, South takes the 24-20 lead. Match point, Carly Bates just too long on this spike, and South takes it all, 25-20. With a 3-1 win over Tesoro, the South Spartans now advance to the quarterfinals in the CIF tournament for the 3rd consecutive year. With 6 juniors on this talented squad, it may be easy for the Spartans to look ahead to upcoming years. But Coach Cooch says that the concern of this team is quite the opposite.
We have talked from the beginning that we're playing for this year, and even with the young kids, not to look to next year. Next year is going to be a lot of fun, I'm sure, but right now we're focused on whoever we're going to play in the quarterfinals.
That's right, Phil. South had a great match over Tesoro, winning 3-1. Desi Kaleva again came out strong with 20 kills and 3 blocks, and Heather Miller had a great 37 assists and 3 aces, and Katie Exum, you lit up that stat board with 10 kills and 4 blocks. Their next playoff game was against St. Lucy's, a foe from years past. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it going fast enough. They fell 3-0. Desi Kaleva and Heather Miller and Danny Garcia led the stat board for the South Spartans. The Lady Knights volleyball team are a powerhouse in the Del Rey League. This year they clinched 2nd, and they're looking to go deep in the postseason. They were a young team, but they ended up showing people that they got the stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at their highlights against La Cañada. After squaring away a round 1 win over Ayala, the Lady Knights and Coach Carrie Ray get ready for their second round matchup against La Cañada. 8-3. After falling 25-14 in Game 1, will go straight to Game 2. They are up a point, and they get another point off of this block. Bishop Montgomery 3, La Cañada 1. We're still in Game 2, where B-Money is showing more momentum, but everything they give, La Cañada just simply answers back. Bria Green has a strong match with a total of 9 kills. Game 2, Hannah Castillo on that serve. It had too much power. La Cañada can't do anything with it. Game is now tied at 20, but that's the best play of the night. La Cañada's on a 5-point scoring run. Ann Atkinson of the Lady Knights is trying to keep it going, but the 6'1" Kendall Robrecht from La Cañada gets through the Knights' defense, and La Cañada goes up 2 games. We jump to Game 3, where the Knights are making pretty good progress. They're up at this point in the game. Check this next one out. Power by Shannon Dayton. That was one of her 5 kills for the night. This is the Lady Knights' last chance to make something of Game 3. They're down 1 point. As much as they try, the momentum couldn't keep going, and La Cañada would win Game 3 for a sweep of the second round of the playoffs. Bishop Montgomery might have fallen to La Cañada in the second round of the playoffs, but boy, did they learn a lot to get better for next year, and Bria Green is only going to get better. She had 9 kills, and Ashley Murray had 8 kills and 5 blocks, and Shannon Dayton, man, she was heating it up with 5 kills and 4 blocks. Let's go ahead and take a look at another team that fell in the first round of the playoffs, the Lady Saxons. They were pretty solid throughout the year, but they fell to Oaks Christians 3-1. Watch out, Kelly Slater and Holly Beck. You got some competition coming your way. Surf's up after the break.
Travel advisories to small business loans. Retirement savings to Medicare coverage. ID theft protection to contacting elected officials. Student loans to taxes online. Whether you have information to get or ideas to give, USA.gov is the official place to connect with your government. From surplus car auctions to finding a new job, our new mobile apps will keep you updated on the go. So, from marriage records to passport applications, veterans benefits to birth certificates, patent applications to energy-saving ideas, product recalls to home buying tips. Check out USA.gov, because the country runs better when we stay connected.
There is a country in Europe, Iceland, which has been called the perfect eco-island because it is a place of clean air, fresh water, and natural beauty. Reykjavik, the capital city, radiates pure energy and a thriving culture. Geothermal steam heats homes and pools throughout the city. Iceland offers many opportunities to get re-energized. This is Iceland. Luminous, captivating, unforgettable, beautiful. Come see for yourself.
The conversation on the sports desk usually revolves around prep sports like volleyball, basketball, and football. But this week, we're going to talk to you about something truly Southern Californian, surfing. The South Spartan surf team is taking on this season with gusto, and Juan Hernandez was out at a very early morning practice and tells you all about them.
Now, I know what you're thinking, Bonnie. Juan, what the heck are you doing running around Torrance Beach at 6:30 in the morning in a wetsuit? Well, I figure we spend so much time showing everybody highlights from the football field, the basketball court. Why not introduce everybody to a different kind of student athlete? So I'm gonna go catch some waves. You all meet the South High Surf Team.
Baseball, volleyball, football, they've all got scoreboards. And while surfing isn't usually associated with competition, going to school in a surf community like the South Bay means finding a way to get in the water any way you can.
It's interesting. It's definitely different than just going out and surfing by yourself. You have a whole team they have to look out for. So you got to look out for your other friends that are boogie boarding too, and you got to show them the ropes, I guess, like what to do and how to surf.
Being on the South High Surf Team, it's a great experience. Not a lot of high schools in California are privileged enough to have this program, and being able to wake up every morning and have that free period to surf is just unbelievable.
The South Bay Surf League was actually originated, depending on who you talk to, in the late 80s, the early 90s. And there was a series of coaches throughout the South Bay that felt that there were enough kids and enough interest in a surfing community that they could actually start a league, just like they would have a football league or a baseball league or any other sport, and it's actually grown exponentially since then.
While the South Bay is not known for world-class surf, the kids who grow up here develop a style all their own with the small beach breaks and short rides that I should know. Catching closeout after closeout after closeout takes some getting used to. Not the greatest waves for competing, but these guys do just fine.
It can change every day. It could be mushy one day and then really hollow the next. It's always changing.
What are your favorite days out here then? What's it?
Like 3 to 4, really hollow, and then super fast.
Well, one of the things that I've noticed in kids from the South Bay is obviously the duration of the ride is quite short. So they get up and get the whatever maneuvers they're going to have, whether it's going to be a snap or a floater or whatever, they get it done quickly.
Using that get-up-and-go style won South the Hennessy Cup and a state title for the girls just 2 years ago. But win or lose, how stressful can competing be when your main priority before school each week is waking up to jump in the ocean?
Makes you want to try harder because you've got other people that are doing the same thing as you and you want to be better. So even though we're all teammates and stuff, you still want to be better.
It's really fun. I'm a freshman. I kind of new to it. When I was in 6th grade, I used to come down on late start Tuesdays and see everyone out here, and it was really fun.
And then, so being a student, what's life like getting up every morning, coming out here, getting in the water?
It's nice, waking up at 6:30 and coming out and surfing and counting it as a PE sport. It's really fun.
It's nice getting up at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and coming out.
Water?
Yeah.
I think surf team is it's kind of a different sort of level, but if I played on a volleyball team or a softball team, I mean, it's a lot more competitive, and the dynamics are different too because they have a court to play on every day, but we have waves to play on, and I mean, they're not going to be perfect every time, so it's just, I don't know, it's a different experience, I guess.
I think it's more of an individual sport. It's a team sport overall, but more of an individual sport on how you want to do.
How so?
It's kind of track, it's your event, what you do, surfing, longboarding, bodyboarding, you want to win your heat. But as of volleyball, it's a full-on team sport.
So the structured environment gives them the opportunity to compete. What we try to do is teach them to compete on a level where they use such issues as sportsmanship, preparation, desire. Those are the kinds of things that we teach kids. Have a plan when you go in the water. Don't just walk out there and then all of a sudden try to compete. There has to be a plan, there has to be a desire to achieve, to get better. And so it works within the infrastructure of that. It's an opportunity for us to teach some of life's lessons. What you get out of it is what you're going to put into it. So the kids that really understand that concept, they do well in this program.
And thanks out to Juan Hernandez for that great story. Now is the time of the show where you let us know something we don't. Take a look at the number on your screen. Give us a call at 310-618-5762 for ideas. You can also email us at thesportsdesk@TorranceCA.Gov. View all of our shows, even from years past, on our website at TorranceCA.Gov. And all of the 2010 shows are on YouTube. That about wraps it up for this edition of the Sports Desk. Thanks so much for watching. We have new and exciting things coming your way here at CitiCABLE 3, so be sure and tune in. So until next time, Torrance, have a good time.